Hey everyone, here's another edition of Panther Chat. My name is Jim Phillips. I am a first year admissions counselor. It's my first year with Kentucky Wesleyan. Super happy to be here. And I'm here with Michael, who will introduce himself here in a second. But today we're going to be talking about the Office of Student Involvement. So, if Michael, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Thanks, Jim. So I'm Michael McComas. I'm the Director of Student Involvement at Kentucky Wesleyan College, and I've been here since October of 2017. So in October, it'll be 3 full years.
Awesome. So, Michael, with you being here for quite a while, I know that you've been very involved on campus. So, what kind of services does the Office of Student Involvement offer to our students?
Yeah, so in student involvement, that includes our registered student organizations on campus. We are currently up to, I believe, 33 registered student organizations, and they range from like archery, Harry Potter Club, Sierra Club, student government, the programming, student activities programming board, all kinds of things to get involved in. And I kind of oversee that area and help students get involved in those organizations. Student involvement also entails alternative breaks. We do try to do an alternative spring break every year. And so I plan that, and then we take students. This past year we went to Nashville and helped with park conservation with Friends of Warner Parks. So that was really fun. We got to learn a little bit about what they do to keep the parks clean, and improvements that they try to make on a daily basis, things like that. Also, in student involvement, we have fraternity and sorority life. So we have 2 sororities and 3 fraternities. And that's a great way for students to get involved and find a group of friends that will have kind of common goals and things that they can work on together. It's a great way to get involved leadership-wise and improve your leadership skills, time management, all kinds of things like that. It's a really great experience because, especially if you join a fraternity or sorority, those are going to be lifelong friends that you'll have outside of graduation. So it's a really, really cool opportunity that we have in student involvement. I think that's about all the areas, kind of really. Oh, we also do have intramural sports, and so student involvement also coordinates that as well. We try to do at least 1 to 2 intramurals a semester. So that's like volleyball, basketball, sand volleyball, because we have a sand volleyball pit on campus, which is really cool. Just all kinds of activities. If there's an intramural that you've done before, we are always open to new suggestions, things like that.
Yeah, and I'd definitely like to agree and echo on the fraternity and sorority part. Greek life does work wonders, especially being able to further relationships with people. And even whenever I first came on campus in January, we immediately connected because we found out we were fraternity brothers from different schools, which is really cool. But yeah, I would agree. So how can students, you talked about all the different organizations that our campus offers, but how can our students be able to take advantage of these different organizations?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways you can get involved. The first is in the fall. We have, when you come back during Welcome Week, we'll have some type of student work fair. It's probably going to look a little bit different this fall, but there will be a way that we'll be able to introduce you to all of our registered student organizations. In the past, it's kind of been this, it's been sponsored by SGA, so we call it the Ice Cream Social, and all of our registered student organizations have tables and toppings that they set up so that you can come talk to them, get a new topping, things like that. So we'll have something similar. It might not entail food this year, which is unfortunate because I love some food. But so there'll be some type of student activities fair or way for you to learn. Maybe it'll be a virtual introduction to student organizations this year. But you'll be able to kind of see who's involved in that organization and get your information to them. At that time, we'll will make sure that there's a way for you to get in contact with those organizations. Another way is we have our student involvement portal, which is called KW Connect. Any student can sign into that with their campus email and password, and they can go through the list of all of our registered student organizations. And each organization has a specific contact listed within their KW Connect page. Sometimes that's just the student org's campus email, because a lot of our registered student organizations set up email accounts. Or it may be the president or the person in charge of membership that's the contact. So you can find that out by going to KW Connect. It's a really long address, so I can probably just send it to Jim and he can put it in comments or something with the video, as opposed to saying the whole address with that. And then there's also ways for you to start new organizations. If you find that we don't have one here on campus, it's really simple and easy. One new organization that we had within the last, a few new organizations we've had within the last year actually was, we had a Harry Potter club. There's a group that really liked to get together, talk all things Harry Potter. So they got a group of 8 students, a full-time faculty staff member to be their advisor. They worked on a constitution and bylaws together, and then they proposed the organization to SGA. And once SGA approved them, they just had to create their portal on KW Connect. So it's a really simple, easy way. If you find something that maybe you did in high school, or something that one of your friends does at another college or university, it's really easy that you can bring a similar organization here. So all you have to do is really start that process with me, and I'll help you with every step along the way.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing up about the Harry Potter Club and how being able to start. I was actually going to ask about that, because I know that's like our shining example on how to start an organization lately. And it's kind of, grown into a big organization. That's really awesome to see, because you normally hear about your Greek life or your SGA, but you never really hear about something like the Harry Potter Club, which I think is really unique. Another one is, so with being involved on campus, how does that impact the daily success of our students?
Yeah, so it impacts everyone in a lot of different ways. My suggestion first is to start slow. Don't try to dive into too many activities at once outside of the classroom. Maybe start with 1 or 2 clubs or organizations. It'll give you a new network of friends. It'll help you maybe get rid of some of that homesickness, because you'll have some new people here to talk to you that maybe went through a similar situation, or are going through a similar situation because they're new too. And so you'll be able to find a group of friends. As I mentioned earlier, it's a great way to build your leadership skills, time management skills, because a lot of these organizations, whether you're a board member or you're a general member, you'll have opportunities to volunteer and help that organization plan events, do on the events, the day of events, bring new ideas. So just making sure that you'll get out of it what you put into it. And it's a great way with our small community. There are so many like-minded individuals that you'll be able to really find a new group of friends very quickly at Kentucky Wesleyan. And they can also help you not only growing as a leader and outside of the classroom. Those new people can also help you in the classes that you might be coming into and studying at Kentucky Wesleyan, because they've all of those older students, they've gone through those classes, so they'll be able to help you that way too. So getting involved helps in all areas of your success at Wesleyan, in the classroom and outside of the classroom. And in getting involved in those organizations, you may meet some alumni from them, and those alumni could be really good connections outside of your organization to help you with maybe internships that you need during your time here, things like that. That's really a lot of different ways that they can benefit from it.
Yeah, I think you did a great job transitioning my next question whenever it comes to, while you're in those clubs, organizations, be able to meet those alumni and be able to, get the most that you can within your 3 to 4 years that you may be spending on campus. So once you graduate, after you've been in these student organizations, you have the leadership skills and other things you might have gained. How is that going to help you after graduation with being involved on campus?
Yeah, so by being involved on campus, it's really a good way for you to kind of start building your resume. It's a really good resume builder. A lot of employers like to see maybe what you were involved in or passionate about while you were in undergrad. If you have leadership opportunities, they like to see that you've gotten some of those skills in working with others, maybe leading others, being parts of a team, all kinds of things like that. And again, the alumni connections, they can maybe offer you some of those first-time jobs that you're looking for, or they know people that can maybe get you in for that interview that you're hoping to get. It's also really good because that'll also help you maybe if you're going into grad school. They'll kind of see that you were really involved and you were able to manage not only academics, but you were able to manage those student activities as well. Because when we go into grad school, we're going to be doing a lot harder work, and we're going to have to manage our time a lot better. I know I had to manage my time a lot better when I went into grad school after undergrad. But being in my student organizations that I was involved in really helped me know how much time I need to put into this and how much time I need to put into that. And it'll help you in so many ways beyond graduation that you won't be able to list them all or know them all until you're like in that moment, really.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And with the time management, even now, working a full-time job and still trying to keep up with the house chores, just, being involved in a few organizations while I was in college has definitely taken me a long way. So I'm not stressed out or even forgetting something. I have found the use of a calendar to be very, very helpful. But I, 100% agree. And kind of one of my last few questions I have is, student involvement. That is, an office that I would guarantee pretty much every college or university in the country, offers because of all the different clubs and ways to get involved. But with that being said, how is the student or the Office of Student Involvement at Wesleyan unique compared to the others in your mind, in your opinion?
Yeah, so student involvement at Wesleyan is unique because we really do get that Wesleyan family experience. You're really in a close, tight-knit group of people that you start your journey here with and that you can end your journey with. And in those organizations, you really are able to meet new people, experience new things, while built. But you also have the opportunity to build your involvement yourself as well. So, like I said, with starting a new organization, if there's some area that you're wanting to grow in, and you don't see that that's on campus or that's in an organization already, you have the opportunity to build that and not only bring it to campus and help yourself progress in those areas, but you'll also help others that maybe didn't know that that's an area that they wanted to grow into. It's a really unique opportunity that we have here in Wesleyan. And by getting involved, you really do kind of find your passion within the world, I would say. I know when I was in undergrad, I was a pre-med major and I was involved in all kinds of organizations, but I was involved in 2 or 3 service related organizations. And it really showed me that I was service oriented and I wanted to be a career field that kind of gave back to other people or helped them find their own way. And I think that that's something that's unique that we have here at Wesleyan, is that you really can find your own way. You can find the Wesleyan way, whereas other institutions, you're in organizations that have hundreds of members or a large amount of members, so you might not get as much of an experience out of it in those organizations that are involved in larger institutions and things like that. We really do have the opportunity for you to build your own experience, but also help others build their experience too.
Yeah, I think that's what's really awesome about Wesleyan being such a small campus, because they're within those organizations. You're just not a member; you're a leader, and then being a leader within those organizations, you definitely become a leader of the campus, and your voice is heard. and you will also get to build great connections, not only with other students in all grade levels, but our faculty and staff. And that's what really makes, Wesleyan such a family, is being able to build that connection and come back 5 years later and see familiar faces, or come back during homecoming and see somebody that might have been in an org of yours or one that you paired with. And I think it's a great thing being able to offer that on a small campus for people to have that resume, or to build that resume off that, and be able to, have fun. And that's what's most important about college. But before we wrap up, Michael, I'm going to open the floor to you, to any final thoughts you have about student involvement, or, maybe where people can find your office. But I'll kind of go ahead and turn it over to you before we finish up.
Yeah, so I also thought of something else to kind of build on the unique experience that we have here. So we have the opportunity for you to become a part of the Student Activities Programming Board, but also the Student Government Association. These are really two organizations on campus that allow you to have a really big impact on your experience and the experience of others. Like, student government at Kentucky Wesleyan is a lot different at maybe at another institution, because it's we're so small, but the student government really does have a voice here. They have the voice of the students, and they are really able to get a lot of things passed, and work with our administration on improving campus. They help make your experience better on a daily basis. And then with the programming board, they have the opportunity to bring a lot of new experiences to students, entertainment. And so you really can, you can shape your journey at Wesleyan. You can also shape others' journeys at Wesleyan as well. My office is located actually in the Student Services office, which is right inside Winchester on the Rotunda side. So if you're in Winchester and you're in the round rotunda, my office is right off of that area. I'm the first one on the right-hand side of Student Services. Some other things I would just say, come to campus, get involved as much as you want. If you're struggling to find something that you like or want to do, my door is always open. I'd be happy to help you find something within the student organizations that we have, or maybe talk to you about starting something new, and how you can get those other students interested in joining as well. Wesleyan is a great campus. I've loved it every day since I've gotten here, and I can't think of a better institution to be at right now. We are very happy, and we're ready for everyone to be here in the fall, and we can't wait to see all of you. Thank you for your time today.
And I definitely agree with Michael. I think it's a great thing to get involved on campus and see, that's where your full potential comes out as a collegiate student. So we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in and watching this segment of our Panther Chat, and we hope to see you on campus very soon and see what you're going to do. Thank you.